Let's freaking go! We have a lot to get to and not a lot of time. It is the LSU halftime show. Once again, the best way to get involved with this show and get your question answered before we start the second half here is super chatting, right? So obviously there's a lot to get to. Okay. First thing, obviously, is Jaden Daniels is the MVP of the first half. Unbelievable quarterback play. And this is what we have been waiting for. And we have been seeing him get better. Now, he still missed quite a few throws versus Tennessee, but truth be told, he was incrementally getting better. Now, the Auburn game was a step back. And also tonight, they named KAYSHON an offensive captain for this game, and you see why. KAYSHON's locked in, ready to go. And it's not just the fact that KAYSHON is getting open. Him playing so well is helping get other people open as well. So obviously the 28-21 lead at halftime is a welcome sight to see. You know, obviously right now you take a look at the halftime statistics here. The big thing for me, obviously, is LSU is just dominating this game offensively. And Florida is the team that caught the big break in the first half. Jack Best, of course, fumbling that punt. And it has been yet again another brutal special teams game from LSU. We go to Zach right here. Once again, Zach, thank you so much for your super chat. You've just been phenomenal. You have really made our channel so much better. O-line's playing fantastic. They are, especially without Garrett Dellinger. But in just a second, for our halftime film study, we do it every week. You'll see that Mike Denbrock's play calling is also masking some of the mistakes that the LSU offensive line has made up to this point as well. So we'll get to that in just a second. Okay. As the Master Blaster says, obviously it is very important that we keep this up. Okay. So it is without reasonable doubt that Dre Jenkins, BTJ, KAYSHON, and John Emery. Remember, last week, John Emery was my highest graded offensive player. So best JD 5 is licked all year. We say hi to Go Fly. We say hi to Sip G. Lots of our patrons in here as well. Don't forget, patreon.com/LSU football is where you can find me, baby. Also, a friendly reminder, we're going to experiment with this again tonight. You know, at the end of every game, there's always a gazillion live streams that just start right after the game. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit different. We are going to we did this a few weeks ago. We're actually going to push the live stream back a little bit after the game because there is so much post-game show competition. And we are on the road. Obviously, from Chicago, I got some Lou Maltinati's pizza, as you'll see here in just a second. Ooh.
There you go, bud.
Will you have me a brewski? I want to get one in before we get the second half
down,
started.
I'm going to go to 7-Eleven.
You can get a 7-Eleven.
And I'm going to get me some
Hey, look.
Uber Eats sushi.
You know, with the LSU offense doing as great as they are, you got to crack one right there. No fruit in this beer either, Danny.
Anybody want to know how much fun we had at Harry Styles?
No one cares about Harry Styles.
Okay.
Me being extremely negative has worked so far. Jaden sucks. Denbrock sucks. This offense is bad, but the big story is leave Brian Pillion to the Gators. Rick just sent you a birthday super chat. Thank you so much, Rick. I really appreciate it. These Bama fans are crying in Alabama. I will say this. I have had at least 10 of you Twitter DM, text me. Danny posted this in the Patreon as well, in the Patreon Discord. You guys have been coming after me for my Tennessee prediction. You see what happens. I'm not going to lie to you. I get some things wrong. Sometimes I get some things very right, and Tennessee is right now the best team in the SEC. Roger, thank you for a super chat. We'll get to your question next. Rob, the pizza was absolutely phenomenal. Dre Jenkins is an LSU Tiger. Jackson, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Another one of our recent super chatters. And if you really want to know how good this pizza is, let's get to the halftime film study. Let's celebrate a good offensive half, but at the same time, let's get to a second half that we continue. And I hope Brian Kelly doesn't get conservative. Put their foot on their throats and choke them out. That's what you have to do. Okay? So here's our film study for this week. Let's go! Come on, you know you love it. All the way from Chi-Town. Got some new Maltinati's pizza. Let's talk about this play right here. 3rd and 8. Really good call right here by Mike Dimbrock. I like that we're doing more pre-snap motion with the wide receiver. I think that is always the better version of pre-snap motion. Good job seeing KAYSHON going. And all we're doing is essentially doing what we did last week for Mason Taylor on the 3rd and 14 completion. It's kind of like a screen and roll in basketball, a little pick play to set this up. And why is this such a good play? Well, it's quick, it's easy, it's a one-read thing. It's a throw, high percentage throw, right? But the biggest thing is that you don't need to have great protection, okay? Because they call a nasty blitz and they get unblocked A-gap pressure. And because of that, and we're running something quick, we are able to get a nice, easy completion right here to the Florida killer, Jeray Jenkins. Let's go! I think John decided at the last second to try and help protect against this. I don't know if that was a protection mistake. And Ventrell Miller, their best players, coming through untouched. Jaden does a good job getting rid of it. Good, accurate throw. I know it's a little pixelated, but good stuff. Tony, your boy Brian Thomas Jr. is playing amazing. And honestly, you can make a strong case that he's been one of LSU's better players this year. No doubt he's a top 5 Tiger on this team right now. He's just a big-time player. All I've asked for is improvement, and if we cannot see improvement in this game, then we are blind. JD5 looks like a different quarterback, and this offense is awake and alive. Let's go! So I will say this. Danny has been very vocal about this LSU offense getting going. Hey, you know, a lot of us have been. And I just love seeing that. I just love good, intelligent discourse on here, and it's good to have you, Danny, once again. And the truth is, you are right about this. And it helps having the weapons on the outside. It is amazing what happens when you let these guys go out there and make plays for you, right? Jaden is allowing LSU to the playmakers to go out there and make plays. But as you saw, Rob, thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate you. Man, the pizza here is great. It's honestly, though, not like one of the top 3 things I've eaten since I've been here. They are so freaking – Chicago has such amazing food. I've been really, really impressed. And I was also very impressed by Harry Styles, a great performer last night. And as Mark brings up right here, type Y for yes, type N for no. Did you yell out an F yes when Brian Kelly decided to defer to the second half?
Yes, you did.
I know every single one of y'all did. Let's go. Look at Jason. Look at, baby, come look at this. Let's go. Let's make plays, Jason. Let's go. Really appreciate you, Jason. Good to see you, man. Finally letting the guys make plays. Jaden, you just got to let it rip. And what's funny was on the KAYSHON completion, his first big completion, Jaden actually didn't let it rip when he was open, but still allowed the route to clear out, and then he eventually threw it. So give this LSU offensive line a lot of credit, as a few of you have mentioned a little bit earlier. So thanks to Rick and all the super chats, okay? Once again, I do have the game on in the background here, but I need you guys to let me know when the second half gets going. Once again, we're going to experiment with this again tonight. I kind of like doing a live stream a little bit later because I am able to get all the quotes. You guys saw how mad I was, during the Tennessee post game. So I like to get all the quotes and all the film studies, and you can watch all the other live stream shows that start right after the game. So we're going to do this a little bit different, even though I have an early flight tomorrow. Let's see how it works, okay? So once again, something else that's kind of interesting. LSU did not punt. They were not stopped, which was obviously really, really, really interesting. Jamal, thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Everyone, welcome Jamal to the channel. I think this is your first time super chatting. The best Chicago pizza is Italian, Fiesta, and Beggars. I don't know. I got the touristy thing, the Lou Maltinati's. It was right down the street, and I got to meet one of my really good friends that I talk to every day for the first time today, my buddy Brad Nolan. He told me to go to Lou Maltinati's, and he lives here. So there you go. Let's go to Charlie here. Should be 31-14, moving the ball, moving Jack as the ball is kicked. Adjustments have to be made before then. Don't call for coaching hits lightly, but bottom line, special teams coach has got to go. You know, yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue, and it's not just the muff kicks. It's the bad kickoff coverage, right? Muff kicks. It's kind of hard to coach that differently. Okay, there you go, Jamal. Welcome in. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's good seeing that. Once again, I'm going to miss, you guys know how halftime live streams go. You guys know I'm going to miss a lot of your chats. It's just, it goes by so quickly. It's not like, a post-game live stream where we're all chill and hopefully we're going to be, celebrating an LSU victory. Once again, the LSU live stream will not start directly after the game tonight. Okay? LSU is kind of sucky. I mean, look, we're not playing our best defensively, but I don't know how you could say that after, our best first half of the year, especially our best first half versus a Power 5 team. Now, I didn't like the fact that we started slow. This is the second straight week Jared Bernard-Converse has been picked on vertically. He's had this issue in his career in the past, going up against some of the better receivers. They can get behind him. He can get beat over the top. And in both of these games, his assignment last week versus Tennessee was blown. And this week, I am guessing, once again, not the coach, not the players, only they know 1,000 gazillion % what their assignment should be. But it looked like he got beat deep again. Also, I do think LSU needs to reevaluate a few things here with their linebacking group. He started to play better as the half moved along. There she is right there. Greg Penn had a rough half. I do think it was on him, the deep touchdown run, but he did play better. Obviously, Micah Baskerville playing well with the big sack there at the end as well. That was more due to bad protection. That Gator crowd shook him up. Perk's out there. He's had at least he's out there, right? He had an okay half. Not worried about Coach Folian's future right now. More worried about getting this W. How we get it, I don't care. But I'm more worried about that than worried about Coach Folian. Let's go here. Go Fly. Thank you so much. Last couple of defensive series, it looks like we were making adjustments. Let's go. Yeah, so this is what you have to do versus Anthony Richardson. You've got to make him methodically move the football up and down the field. He is not a consistent enough thrower of the football to methodically move it, right? And honestly, with the way your offense is playing right now, I think if you're Matt House, you're going to play a lot of cover 2 and you're going to play a lot of cover 4, right? Or just in general, just coverages that don't allow your defense to get beat deep over the top. The key is making Anthony Richardson methodically move the football down the field. He missed Ricky Pearsall on an over route, a rollout to the right, and yeah, that's what you got to do. That's the key. Okay, it's great seeing Emery get more consecutive touches. He's LSU's best back, and Josh Williams had a good half as well. So moving forward, LSU's 2 best running backs are Josh Williams and John Emery. I don't think there's any debating that. I know Armandi's hurt right now, but the truth is John is that dude, and he's playing extremely well right now. Let's go! Boutte just getting after it. T-Mill. Do your job. Let's finish strong. Gotta love it. Continue to throw to the running backs in the flats. I agree with that. Obviously, the touchdown to John Emery. Once again, when we do the film study, we'll break this down, but the throw to Josh Williams in the flat was really good. So they ran, I don't know what the exact term is, but they flooded one side of the field. And I love that play when you're just bringing layers of people down the line, right? Kansas does a really good job with these kinds of plays in their offense. And what LSU did a good job of is Florida covered it. And this week, instead of forcing the football into that window, Jaden hit his check down Josh Williams. And as you guys have seen, as Tari brings up here, throwing the football to your backs in the flat is one of the surest, most automatic ways for you to go win football games and play really efficient football. Okay? Let's go to Eric. And I will say this. I'm going to defend Chillmonger here. He has been in Jaden's corner more than most on this channel. I'll say that. JD5's been building off his progress from last week. Polian needs to stop making last-second adjustments on kickoffs and punts, getting in Besh's head. We just need somebody out there that can catch it, right? And Jack will be the first to tell you, hey, I need to catch the football. I am, once again, I'm going to always defend Jack. He's jumped on our channel before. I've gotten to know him a little bit. That sucked. I mean, you've got to catch the football. You've got to catch the football. And I hate that for him. I really, really, really do. Not entirely his fault, but we'll see as we move along. Yeah, Austin, this is a dream. I don't take it lightly, okay? I love my Tigers no matter what. Yes, we aren't great, but I see the potential. Hey, we're great right now. That's all that matters. Sometimes when you watch a game, don't worry about the future. Worry about the now. Enjoy it, okay? I don't care about what's going to happen to Coach Polian at the end of the year or whatever. You only get 12 opportunities to witness what we're getting to witness, okay? So, yeah, KAYSHON decided to wake up. It's true. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? Good to see you. I love your avatars. It's so good. I don't know many, but I did see some play action passes as well. Yeah, Mike's doing a better job, right? He's doing a way better job. But honestly, their defense is very thin, and you can see they're a little heavy-footed. You see what happens if you have a thin unit. You do begin to start, losing numbers, right? What's up, Carvers? Yeah, special teams coverage is terrible. There's Max Brian Poley. It seriously cost us this game. The game at this point. I know it's harsh. Hey, look, Coach Polian was a good special teams coach at Notre Dame. Right now, I ain't cutting it. And I do think some of it is, it's rare that your special teams coordinator is also a recruiting coordinator. I do think one macro adjustment, have your special teams coach just special teams. It is such a meticulous job putting together special teams units. And when you only have 64 scholarship guys, like Harold Perkins made the key tackle on Etienne's last kickoff return. You've got to play your starters on special teams. It's one thing we have learned. And obviously LSU has been doing just that. Okay. Yeah, and Bo Taylor's actually good to see Mr. Go Tigers. How about them Vols? Huh? Let's go.
Oh God, somebody beat them.
Second half adjustments defensively, Nino. Obviously, continue to blitz. I think Florida's having some issues with communication right now in their offensive line, and I would not press them. I would not press their receivers. Just play off of them and see if they can methodically move the football on us. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the second half. We will see you for a later post-game live stream. Okay? Thank you guys so much for our top super chatters. Obviously, Jason always being very generous. And we will see you after the game, hopefully with some more film study and a W. Let's freaking go. It is.
Power.
Oh, you want to say it?
I just did.
It is.
Power.
Actually, I'm going to chug this.
Well, tell me when you're ready.
How do people chug beers? It buzzes my face all the time.
Babe.
Oh. And I like mid culture. I just can't chug. My heart is burning right now.
Baby, stop. Don't tell people that.
It is.
Power, our LSU.
Bam!